Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where I was just looking at our potential military advisors. What I hoped to see here was a reduction in our maintenance for our armies. Unfortunately, there is no such thing here. So we don't really have an option for that. We're going to be getting a lot of debt here. I'd rather debase the currency since eventually that will go away for free. So we're going to try to prefer that where possible. But we do have this loan, which is mildly awkward. Wow, this frame rate feels really low. Okay, I just started the game. I'm going to restart the game. Let's make a save here with what little changes I've made. And we're going to try this again. Be back in one moment. Okay, we're back. The game seems to be running at a much better frame rate now. I have no idea why it wasn't, but good thing a reboot fixed it. So we are going to... Okay, they entered into a military alliance. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. We are moving in over this direction. We would love to eliminate this Timurid horse unit. We'll see what ends up happening with that. And of course, we're taking over some territory up over here. So the question is, do we want to separate peace and guarantee that we get back a bunch of territory? And actually, I don't think we need to cap this, right? There's a fort right here. So that should auto-cap back. Yeah, that's auto-capping. So we're going to head down and fight them down over here. The question is, do we think we win this? Well, we're going to be a defender here. Due to lack of control of the hostile fortress, they'll be the attacker. So the interesting question here is, how do we think this is actually going to go? They're 13-7. Their leader is better than ours. They are Miltech 5, so we don't have a tech advantage. We have a numerical advantage. In my opinion, we arguably have a compositional advantage. I don't think it's a huge one. They're going to have good cavalry. Their flanks are going to be strong, but their center is going to be weak. I don't know. I kind of want to just see how this goes. I don't have a good feel for how this is going to play out. They have a leader advantage. We have a slight numerical advantage. There's not much of a tech advantage. We don't have a drill advantage, really. So we'll see. It's going to be close. Anyway, we slice it. They did just take an attrition tick, though, so that's nice. And it looks like we are winning it. Yeah, we definitely win that. Allies show up partway in there, so that's great. We're going to head on through. And this will get a stack wipe. In fact, that did get stack wiped. So at this point, who all are we at war with here? Okay. Noted. So we're at 16% war score right now. I'm thinking about just heading out over this direction. We're probably not going to manage to get this siege unless these guys randomly leave, which I suppose they could. That's theoretically possible. I would like to go up into Khorasan, up over here, and start taking over some of this area as well. So that'll be fine for now. And let's see here, where... Yeah, they did, in fact, take this. So Fars is occupying that. Noted. Oh, it's because of the fort in Bam. Okay, we should go siege that, for sure. So this war's pretty over, to be honest. They don't really have a chance here at this point. They never really had that much of a chance, given the coalition that was put together against them. So that's absolutely great. As I said before, the real question here is, do we want to separate peace to guarantee our land? There's also this area down here that's occupied by Delhi, but is being taken back. That's noted. Okay, so they're fighting here. Are they going to siege that? Possibly. We'll see. We'll take this for now. And we're going to head up over here. Phenomenal. So we're at 17 gold right now. We are going to debase our currency again. That'll keep us afloat for approximately a year. So that'll be fine for now. Beautiful. Ottomans are planning to attack Theodoro. No shockers there. And the question is, again, do we want to separate peace? That's what it comes down to. I'm going to move in here on the off chance that these guys... Never mind. They're done. Okay. No point in going there, then. I want to check in here. Yeah, these guys are not involved in any meaningful way. So that means that we head this direction to see about taking some of this territory once that gets taken back. So that's okay for now. So we're really not going to be getting anything down here. That's understood. I want to check in on our estates here. We can't seize land until next year. Sure. So that's reasonably fine. And yeah, I want to come back over this way and take over some of this stuff. So we want to ideally head down to Karor. We're going to get a lot of aggressive expansion if we peace out like this. We do control a fair amount of territory over here, though. It's definitely very interesting. I feel like they don't need us to get their independence. They'll get their independence any way we slice it, but we can heavily damage the Timurids here. So I'm going to send these guys up over here. Move towards legalism. Yes, please. I'm going to send these guys up over here. I want to ensure that we get these, ideally. The Farsi War for Independence is over. So Fars accepted peace. Fars separate peaced. Noted. Noted. Fars is still in this, though. Awkward. Very awkward. But I guess that's fine. So we're going to head on up over here, lose 50 dip power or 10 prestige. We'll lose the dip power for now. And we do need to debase again. So that'll keep us afloat for like 10 months. Looks good. Let's get this siege done. Now this is awkward over here. No doubt about that. This is going to be victorious for us. So that seems fine for now. I'm going to move these guys back to our capital for the moment. I want this siege to end. 57? That's unfortunate. We do have access to Admin Tech 5, which is a very good Admin Tech for us to get. So we're currently a bit ahead of time in technologies, but we're not specifically ahead in any given technology. But I think that we should grab a diplomatic idea group here. So a good one for us to grab would normally be something like exploration, but we're landlocked. We don't need colonists. We don't need explorers. So what would we want to go for then in here? Trade? Actually, trade is probably not a bad idea. We can grab trade ideas. And we can instantly grab shrewd commerce practice, which I'm interested in doing since we're ahead of time. And dip power is definitely the weakest. So we'll take that for now. That'll get us a little bit of extra trade, but we're at minus 14 right now. Okay, that's definitely up there. Army maintenance is a big amount of that. Noted. We haven't really worked on our trade at this point, so that is definitely a thing. We want to get this siege over with. It's not there yet. Any tick now, though. I'm going to get these guys drilling for the time being, and we can't seize land because we need to be at peace. Noted. Wow, we failed this like 4 times in a row now, a 57% chance. That's getting into bad luck territory. We'll see what happens with this. Surely this time. There we go. Phenomenal. We're going to walk down over here and take over Jask, and then we're going to peace out. That's the idea here. Oh, we just took a loan. I didn't intend to do that, but it's okay. So we gained a war score. We're going to get this done, and we're going to peace out and make sure that we get the land that we want. We have very specific land wants, and this is one of them. But for now, we're just going to separate peace here. We're nearly negotiating for ourselves. So we want to take whatever we can out of Khorasan. We want to take whatever we can out of the Timurids over here. That puts us at 57.6, a coalition of just Timurids, though. So then if we headed out over this direction as a hypothetical, this puts us at 95. They would accept this. Only Timurids in Afghanistan. That seems fine, actually. I'm not too concerned about that. That is going to be a fair amount of overextension. We're going to need to core, but that's understood. So that seems reasonably fine. I think we send this demand. Oh, wait, actually, they wouldn't accept it right now. They have 116 reasons not to. Demands exceed war score. Yeah, that is a thing. So I guess we'll continue to fight. We'll head down over here. What is our war score? Our war score is only 26. That's very awkward indeed. Okay, well, our ambition might be a little too high. We might have to cut back on that. We'll see. For the time being, we're going to continue to push through over here. We're at 81% right now. We really should just peace out of this, though. So if we take a bunch of Timurid Hindustan over here, they still have these areas. So really, we could focus on this. back off a little bit on Khorasan. Heading down over this way instead. But man, we don't have all that much war score right now. 26% is not a lot. So they would accept this right now. Noted. Length of war is still minus 19, so I think that we should just hang out here for now. Get ourselves some more war score. Push through here. So we're going to head over this direction. I'm going to split this unit in half, and we're going to take half here and half here. Cool. We're going to continue to siege our way down this way. And I just want to double check here. Yeah, this is pretty much the only remaining areas. Okay. The Teutonic Order has joined the Holy Roman Empire. Good for them. You guys are supposed to be here. Head over there, please. Thank you. Okay, we're going to head up over here and help out with this siege. That'll be fine for now. Nogai declared war on the Great Horde. Fascinating. Our war exhaustion is currently high. They're allied with us, but they did not call us into this war. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that situation. And we're going to continue to push through over here, although land movement is blocked by hostile fort right now. This fort needs to fall, and we're going to need to continue to keep ourselves afloat a bit. Corruption isn't good, but it's fine for now. National unrest +2 is possibly okay-ish. Yeah, we'll take it. It's okay-ish. Now, I was hoping to get a good luck roll there. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Portugal entered their golden era. Seems very early for that, but okay. And the war's over. They did give us a bunch of territory here. It wasn't necessarily the territory that we were going for. But we did get a fair amount of territory out this direction from that. Okay, so we should probably get an agenda here. The emirs are very unhappy right now, so we should probably go for that. Manpower of at least 50%? Sure. Now, if we do seize land here, the emirs might be very angry, so we're not going to do that yet. We are going to need to make cores here. So we did get some land out of that. And Afghanistan rivaled us, but these guys are now free, right? So we can start to carve through a lot of these, and that'll be absolutely great. I'm going to get these guys grouped together. We're going to drop our army maintenance for the time being. Now, it's still at minus 6.78 here. So that obviously needs to get dealt with, right? That said, we're up to 23 for our land force limit now, so that's something. Royal marriage offer from Fars? For now, we'll accept that. We do have a border with them, but that's okay for the moment. We need a rival, and we have Timurids and Chagatai right now. We'll go for Afghanistan. Out of curiosity, we have no CB on Afghanistan, but we could actually declare on them. There's no truce here. So that's an interesting option. Fars and Ajam, we could probably end up winning that, though. The problem would be... Are you guys drilling? You are. Okay, stop drilling, please. That's why we were losing all that money. Okay, so we're not drilling at this moment. Minus 0.26. Cool. So, local development cost, tax modifier, local missionary strength. That sounds great. We're going to continue to work on getting some of these cores done. Getting our overextension drop down is important. But this is honestly about the best we could hope for, given how much war score we had in that. So, I think that's okay. No major issue there, all things considered. We do need to get this core going, and we'll do that right now. And we're barely losing money at this moment. So our corruption is going up due to our overextension. That is understood. T is disappearing. Okay. Sounds good for now. We do need to start making money again. Abkhazia is having issues. Okay. And we're going to start thinking about who we want to be fighting when, right? So we can shop around for people like this. This would not be necessarily beneficial for us. Afghanistan probably would be beneficial for us. But we're not in a position to do it right now. We want to get our manpower regenerated. That'll take some time. Adventurous merchants. Okay, we'll definitely like that. And speaking of merchants, what do we have going on for our trade? So we're currently collecting from trade here. This is our capital. We'll automatically collect from trade here. So I would rather... Let's see. We are transferring to Samarkand here. I'm looking at our pathing here. So really, we would want to come out over here and transfer trade power up over towards Lahore and then into Samarkand. Would be the idea. Where we wield power in this node, right. I want to transfer trade power here. You're in Samarkand? You should not be in Samarkand. Okay, so we should be transferring power here and transferring power here. There we go. So we'll collect up over here. That means we're now making money. Phenomenal. That looks good. We're not making a lot of money, but we are making a little bit. And we're going to want to pay off our debts as soon as we can. That's going to be a high priority here. Do we want to take another debasement? No, is the answer. Although, there was just a big swing here in our balance. What caused that? We are running war taxes right now. Taxation 7.83, trade 4.29. I'm guessing... Yeah, drop in trade value. Okay. For now, that's okay. We are just going to be working on this trade for a while. That's a long-term sort of thing. We renewed a loan, which is unfortunate. We should probably debase twice more and use that to repay these loans. There we go. So we don't have to pay that interest now. We're still at minus 0.2. But that should improve as our overextension gets better. Keep in mind, the overextension does reduce our trade power abroad pretty significantly, and it also increases our yearly corruption and our national unrest, which is all not great. So we're definitely going to want to get this overextension reduced. No doubt about that. Emirs are at 48 right now. Okay. 50 admin power, diplomatic reputation, skill 2. We really can't afford that right now. I guess we'll get minus 3 unrest in our Afghan provinces. That seems okay. And our emirs here, they are going to be drifting up. So we've got about 2 months here. Our crownland will hopefully be shifted decently here. We're currently at minus 10% national tax from not having much crownland. The absolutism and the liberty desire from subjects I don't really care about. Karakoyunlu has rivaled us. Okay, what do we got here? Legalism. Yes, please. So that's all great. Are we good on our legalism to enforce faithful adherence? Not yet. Okay, noted. So for now, that's reasonably fine. We could consider boosting our stability to raise up our taxes. We're at an exact even. We've balanced our budget at this point, so that's not too bad. Our war exhaustion is going down as well. Keep in mind that war exhaustion does reduce our goods produced modifier. So that is actually a pretty significant thing here. As that goes down, our treasury is going to continue to come up. So that's phenomenal. And when are these guys going to fire? 0.6 years, allegedly? And there will be 9k of them? Okay, noted. For now, that's reasonably okay. Reasonably. Timurids have the Peasants' War happening. Okay, I wish them luck with that one. We definitely need to get this overextension dealt with, though. That is a lot of our unrest, although by no means is it all of it. One thing we could think about doing is boosting up the autonomy over here. I would really prefer not to, though. This is currently Shia. That's noted. Okay, we can seize land now, and we probably should. Hi, Ottoman's Golden Era. So we're going to seize estate land here. Boom. Bringing our emirs down to a mere 30%. Yes, that pun was intended. And now we have no effect from our crownland. So that is going to be a significant gain for us in our treasury. Yeah, plus 0.58. Not bad. I like it. So we're still working on the economy, right? And we're still working on getting our force limit up. Being over our force limit, this claims costs us plus 0 per month. That can't be true. It's definitely not true. So these guys have fired. That's not shocking. We also have this government reform available. So bureaucracy. What do we want to go for? Centralizing a state will refund 50% of its costs. Monthly autonomy change, cultural conversion cost, autonomy change cooldown, and all estates loyalty equilibrium -5. Okay. Max promoted cultures. That one might be a good one. Yearly meritocracy. State maintenance reduction. I'm leaning towards max promoted cultures. We're going to have a pretty widespread empire here. So let's grab that. And we're going to make our way up over here. Of course, we're going to have to temporarily turn our army maintenance up, which is going to be expensive. We're going to need to wait at least a month tick. I don't know if we'll win this with 1 month tick only. Let's find out. We might not have the morale for it, though. But we have a lot of numbers. It's close. We're going to have to bring these guys in, though. It was definitely close. It was greedy, though. And we can just swap these around. It's not a big deal. 1,000 manpower is great. That means that we're really, really close now to getting our manpower max, or rather, getting our manpower mission that we have done. That said, it's going to be going over here for a while. 2,000 per month right now. And that's going to be very expensive. We lose some army tradition. That's fine. And we need to finish this. Unfortunately, we have that month tick happen during. But there we go. We win that. And now I'm going to cut our army maintenance back down. Plus 4.26. That's really solid. Okay. That's probably because we have a loss of troops here. So losing 50 military power or 10 prestige. I'm actually going to take the prestige here. We should be drifting upwards. Well, we've got the uncontested cores and Bedouin Amir al-Hajj. That's interesting. Is there a decision for that? We could impose a new religious tax. And actually, I'm going to do that. We're going to gain 93 ducats, and that then means that we can work on some mosques, or the one remaining mosque that's worth it to make right now. Sure. We'll get that going. Phenomenal. And then these guys are just going to chill down here in Herat for now. So this is okay. We do need to get 11,750 men into our armies, but we do have that manpower. We just don't actually want it to go to our armies right now because we need to get our manpower level to 50%. We're really, really close to that. We just need like 15,000. That's not a big deal. So I'm not concerned about that. Plus 4.22 on the treasury as well means that there's no reason, in my opinion, right now, there's no reason at all for us to be working on getting this manpower distributed. So we can make states here, or at least this state, and we'll core that province. Well, looks like we'll need to wait for some additional work being done here on our overextension. We need these to finish up for additional states, but that's fine. War exhaustion is continuing to come down. The question is, can we afford to go off of war taxes at this time? I would really prefer to not be on war taxes. Yeah, this is fine. War taxes does not actually help when our army maintenance is down. There's no difference? Noted. It might just not be updating. It might only update on the month tick. But regardless, we don't want to be paying for that. So that's fine. We have another core finishing, and there will be another one shortly after that. So that's great. And there's our estate agenda complete. So we can now do whatever we want with our manpower. But for the moment, I actually don't want it to go anywhere. I think we're absolutely fine with the manpower where it's at right now. Do we want to attack Afghanistan? It will be expensive. So the question is, do we think that would be worthwhile? We wouldn't even have to call in anybody. I think we could just win this outright. Fars and Ajam, we could full annex Afghanistan. That said, we may want to wait until our economy is a little bit better. As a hypothetical here, our army maintenance, minus 23.41. That's going to be a lot of potential corruption. So we might want to root out our corruption, at least insofar as we are actually negative on that. We were at plus 0.04. Okay, noted. We could certainly think about increasing our stability to 1 here, just for the corruption reduction, although the tax increase would be really, really nice. I'm going to do it. So that puts us at 4.32. And our rooting out of corruption is at minus 0.12. So that seems reasonably fine for right now. We're making money, and that all seems good. We seem to have that in a reasonable spot. Now, there's another province finishing up. Uzbek rivaled us. Okay, I don't want to lose the stability. I don't want to gain a corruption either, and that's what we're going to do. It's cheaper than losing a stability. And so we're going to make this into a state, and we'll need to core all of those provinces for 70 admin power. Phenomenal. So with those cored, the autonomy will start to drop down. But our autonomy is currently capped at 11.75 due to our corruption. We absolutely do want to have our corruption starting to drop. We're not really in a position to build any additional mosques right now. I think we bank the money for the moment. We could get an additional merchant here, and I'm definitely interested in doing that. So from here, we could come down over this direction and push trade northward if we have the range. We do not have the range. So we only take trade out this direction. We only take trade out this direction. So that pretty much means that we collect from trade here. It boosts it a little bit, but it's not much. So there is that. Okay. So that's okay. We'll get a little bit out of that in terms of our income, but it's not great. I would very much like to attack Afghanistan. The question is, what's our balance at here? Minus 22.28, but how much of that is replenishing our forces? 20. Noted. I'm going to put our army maintenance about here. We're still making money, and 400 men will go to our armies per month, so that will allow our armies to regenerate. We're thinking about attacking Afghanistan here. That is the goal. However, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get our armies replenished and prepare to attack Afghanistan. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.